guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neha and you're watching IMMI Australia. If you're new to this channel, hi, I am Neha as I said, and I make videos that help you navigate through your life here in Australia if you are already in Australia or if you are planning to move to Australia. So if you're interested in more such videos, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that bell notification icon so that you never miss an upload from my channel. Alright, let's talk about today's video. So every day I get a lot of DMs from people who have recently migrated to Australia. They mostly ask me questions about which bank they should go for, which SIM card they should buy, where should they rent a house, or should they buy a car. There are so many questions that you face when you move to Australia, and as a new immigrant with so many things happening around, you often feel confused and lost. So in this video, I will be talking about all those decisions that you will have to make when you move to Australia and will guide you so that you make a better informed decision. So without further ado, let's get started with today's video. Alright, first things first, and this is the most daunting question that most of us face when we move to not only Australia, in any city or any country in the world, and that is, where should you rent a house? So living in the city means you are at the heart of all the action. Living in the suburbs means you will have a more peaceful life. So you will have to weigh the pros and cons and then decide what suits your need. So when you're new, you don't have friends, you don't have much to do, explore the city, understand the culture, explore the different point of attractions, and that is why I would suggest live in the city for some time and then eventually move away from the city if you wish so. And maybe you might decide that this is the place you want to be and you would like to stay in the city. So then get another lease, get your lease extended. There are several options. But when you're new, stay in the city, soak in the city vibe, understand more about the city, and then move away from the city. Otherwise, if you immediately move away from the city and live in a suburban area, you'll feel pretty bored. This next one is related to the first one itself. So a lot of you have asked me, should you go for a furnished house or should you look into an unfurnished house? Now this totally depends on your needs, but I'll then again give you the pros and cons and so that you can decide better. If you go and live in a furnished house initially, it takes up that burden of getting everything immediately. So you are new in Australia, you don't know so many brands, you don't know the shops from where you can get it. Maybe there's no sale going on and you will have to pay hefty prices for all the appliances. It's better you get a furnished house for a short-term period, and then as you're living there, you explore the market, you understand your needs, and then go and buy these appliances or furnitures, because these are big bulky items. They're not small things that you can throw away if you don't like, and they're expensive. So you need some time to understand the market, understand the product, and then decide. So initially, definitely look for a furnished house. It's more common to find a furnished house in the city than it is in the suburbs. But it's not impossible. You might find a house which is fully furnished in the suburbs as well. So it depends on your needs, but initially I would advise go and stay or lease out a furnished house. That takes that burden away from you, because you might be searching for a job. You have so many other things to figure out. You necessarily don't want to go every weekend to buy a bed, to buy your furniture, to buy your refrigerator and whatnot. So it's better if you find a furnished house initially. The next question is, should you buy a car immediately after moving to Australia or not? So the answer to this question will depend on where you are currently living. So if you're living in the city, it is mostly covered by a very good, broad public transport network. Public transport network in Australia is really good. You have trains, trams, buses, so many options that you can choose to commute. Most of the places in the city are accessible via any of these public transports, or even you can walk up to them. But if you choose to live in the suburbs, you might need a car. So the answer to this question will depend on where you are living, and getting a car on EMI will not be a problem. It's quite easy to finance a car over here, and if you have a job, definitely it's easy to buy a car. But the answer, again, as I said, will depend where you are currently living. None of us can imagine our lives without mobile phones, and in a new country, that shouldn't be the case. So the next question is what SIM card you should buy. Now, there are plenty of options available in the Australian market, such as Vodafone, Optus, Telstra, even Aldi has their homegrown brand. but choose the one that satisfies your needs. For example, I am with Vodafone for the past 3 years, and every month in my pack I get almost 1,000 international minutes free. Now, the reason I chose this plan was because I often call my parents and friends and family back in India, and I need international minutes. So I customize my plan according to my needs. Similarly, you should visit the different stores, different operator stores, and tell them your needs and choose the one that best fits your needs. Do not feel pressured to agree and choose the first store that you visit. Definitely, it's worth visiting different stores, weighing your options, and decide that best suits your need. Next question that every immigrant faces is, in which bank should they open a bank account? We're all here to earn good money, and we want our money to be sound and safe. Now, you must open a bank account within the first 6 weeks of arriving in Australia because it is easier then, and you will need fewer documents to open your bank account within those 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, you may need additional documents. So it's good if you start thinking about opening a bank account as soon as you land in Australia. Now, most of you must have heard about the big 4 banks of Australia, which is Commonwealth Bank, Westpac, NAB, and ANC. But apart from these, there are several other good banks in Australia, such as Bendigo Bank, there's Bank of Melbourne, and various other banks. So you should follow the same technique you followed for your SIM card. Visit all the bank branches, talk to the customer service representative, explain them your situation, tell them what will you use this account mostly for. Is it for savings? Is it for everyday use? Explain your situation, get their quote, come back home, definitely compare all the options, and then decide which bank suits your needs. There are some banks that will ask you to maintain a minimum balance. Some other banks would need certain amount of transactions to be done every month. Otherwise, there's a minimal fee that is deducted. So you should be aware of all these conditions, and then you should go for the one that best suits your need. Now, there are several other questions that every new immigrant faces. Some of these could be, what kind of job should you say yes to? Should you enroll your child into childcare or not? Where should you buy your groceries from? Do you really need private health insurance? I will be answering all these questions in my next video, so make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give this video a big fat thumbs up. Please share it with everyone who is moving to Australia. Let me know your questions in the comment section below, or you can also DM me on Instagram. My Instagram ID is right now on the screen. I wish you all the best for your move to Australia. I am so excited for what future holds for you. Stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!